Kirk Ronan's fortunes were growing. It had recently been one of the busiest and fastest towns on Sodor, due to its booming industries that were growing across the town, with houses being built, new shops, pubs, and churches were bustling across the town. The line was mainly worked by Molly, Fergus, Neil, and Roger, with help from Lily and Lucas whenever they were available. However, demand for trains have grown more since the town was bustling, and the Fat Controller needed a temporary engine until a permanent one was found. However, there was only one available, and he did not feel happy. The engine in question was called Alfred, originally known as 98462. When Alfred puffed into the shed, the engines eyed him with disgust. Everyone was disgusted and shocked at Alfred's comments about Molly, and decided not to say anything else and ignore Alfred. But Billy, however, did not fully understand about Alfred. Everyone else explained, but Alfred was having none of it. And Billy backed into the shed to get to sleep. The next day, Molly was at Knapford when Alfred pulled in. But before Alfred could finish, Geoffrey pulled in, and he was not pleased to see Alfred. Alfred pulled away, very cross. Because of his desire to do things the way of the LNER, Alfred was rough with the passengers compared to Neil, Molly, and even James. As time would go on, word of Alfred's violence spread among the passengers, and they refused to ride with him, until Alfred's trains got more and more emptier. Then Molly pulled up. Then Alfred blew steam at Molly and Murdoch before he left the station. A few days later at Kildane, some party guests were waiting at the station. The main hoster walked into the platform until Alfred came in. The party guests knew about Alfred's roughness. But Alfred was confused when the party guests didn't move from the platform. Still, no one moved. Alfred was getting irritated. He blew his whistle in anger. Alfred was livid. Alfred was in a fit of rage that he didn't pay attention to what he was doing. But when they reached Kirk Ronan, Alfred was going at a very dangerous speed. The driver slammed on the brakes, but there was nothing he could do except jump out of the cab. Then it happened. Molly arrived with the party guests and was shocked about what happened with Alfred. Molly has had enough with her cousin's bad attitude and decided to speak up for herself. As the party was going on, Murdoch arrived to pull Alfred out, and he was fed up as well. And soon, Alfred was pulled out, and he was embarrassed. After he was pulled out, he was sent to the works, leaving Molly and her friends to work on the Kirk Ronan branch line alone. But soon, the Fat Controller would have to find another engine, and would have to go to the Fantasyland Railroad to see if they had any spare engines. But that's another story.